Hey, hi everyone. Sorry I'm a little late. Dinner started later than I thought. Okay, so let's proceed with the game. Yep, another pink. Probably the scroll as expected. It's a bit loud. Okay, so let's change the gear onto the Huntress before we start the Sun Battlefield. Hi, Torin, Castor, Adrian, and Casper, and Eric. Roman numeral stones is mostly through black stones. But we get a lot more Blackstones than you guys, and our Blackstones are also much cheaper compared to what you guys have now. Okay, just a quick check. Okay. Okay, so this system here, right, basically, we get to gamble this material used for the Stone of Balance to get one that gives a much higher percentage rate. And at the same time, it gives you these buffs in the battlefield. But the catch here is that you only get the red stone if you win. So if you lose, it's 100 stones gone just like that. So yesterday I was lucky. I won three times with this 100 and lost 2 times with it in total. So with that, I'm actually 300 of these base stones ahead because one of these, right, is almost equivalent to 3 of these. So I'm gonna try with this. Oh, is my helmet on? Okay, so while waiting for the team party to set up, okay, Adrian. So for what happens, right, when you guys get awakening, right? It really depends on the developers whether they are being generous. So for us, right, the last time they gave us was a trio of characters, 3 classes getting the for us it was Ascension. So at that point in time, right, they only gave one of that ticket for free. So you actually have to spend silver for the other 2 if you want to change. Pink weapons or armor in monster hunting is not possible. They are making the pink gear craft only, pure crafting only, or from world boss. But the rates of getting it from world boss, the drop rate is extremely low. I think till date I have only heard of 3 or 2 people in total getting it in the Taiwan server. I'm actually one of them. Yeah, so that's how rare it is. It is not possible to transfer enhancement level from dark equipment to normal equipment. They are considered as different systems altogether because the enhancement materials and method for the dark equipment is different as well. LAN seasonal outfit. Okay. It's actually in my LAN video, but I don't mind showing now since we are waiting for the event to start. So this is the angel costume. This is her animals. Yeah. If I do a literal translation. The classic LAN look would be this for the awakening. And ascension is this. So it's a very oriental dancer look. Yeah, global doesn't have that much content now, so likely you guys would be bored unless you guys are really into arena, then there's more to play because arena is something that you can just keep playing. But not to worry, the rate that you guys are getting content is definitely very fast. You guys are also getting some content at the same time as us. So take for example the most recent changes to the boss rush, the timer limit. That is something that we all got together. Skill build for PvE farming. Oh, I think because I've done that in stream so much that I forgot to show. That's fine. I can definitely do one more again before I do the awakening transfer. But I thought I did actually. Okay, never mind. No worries. I can touch on that again. I think we missed a whole big group. That's why we are only at. That's why it's so slow. I am playing Taiwan BDM. So do you want a farming guide for Taiwan BDM? Because that I think I can do. Wizard. There is no plans from the devs at all, right? On Wizard. No mention of it at all. I mean, they at least they have mentioned before on Ninja. They have mentioned a bit on what's coming next, which was LAN, the LAN Awakening, one of it. Okay, good. It started. There was something I wanted to do. I forgot to change. I forgot to change my skill. One of the skill shortcut for the Huntress. My silver mostly from merchantry and previously from boss stamps. Because when you do the high tier boss stamps, it's a lot of silver. And imagine based on the amount that you do, right, it will be a lot more. So for example, I think previously I had 2+ million boss stamps. You see the guy spamming skills now? That's Musa. He's actually one of my guildmates. So Musa, I would say he's good in PvP if you are good at catching his counter timing. PvE he's just okay. Okay, so let me just focus on the game first, and we can talk again later. Seems a bit laggy. Oh god, it's terrible, the frame rate. Okay, anyway, the frame rate is terrible because I'm actually using a new emulator now. I actually changed to the LT player, but doesn't look good in terms of the video taking issue. So the point of this Revamped Sun Battlefield, right, is to take down the boss ASAP. Now the strategy is to take down the boss ASAP. Once you have taken down the boss, then you defend your own boss. So if you see here, we are leading 32% versus 43%. That is our own boss health, and that is the enemy boss health. So even though I'm equipped with the PvP pad, right, you don't see me doing any actual PvP. Okay, focus on the boss first. The percentage has dropped back again. The difference, they have caught up with us. So the stakes are quite high because I spent 100 of those crystals, the dark crystals, right, to try to get the sun crystals. Okay, we have gotten the boss down. At least the lag is slightly better now. Okay, why are they taking all our revival points? No, it's okay, it's only one. Okay, we have to defend the boss. That stupid boss ran all the way over to them. Talk about dumb. So now it's a competition to see who gets to 250 kills first to spawn the boss. Ouch. And then it's a matter of getting the boss down first. So I would say we are only leading by very slightly. It's still, the game is still up for grabs. Now we need to do is to stop them from getting the weapon, because their weapon is on the floor. So dumb really sometimes, the auto attack. The whole group is on me. Okay, our boss has spawned. So now it's just a matter of attacking the boss and killing anyone that is near. We only have a 5% lead, it's not much really. We are losing actually. Why the... Chase too deep in. Okay, I think I need to defend because my team is not doing well. They can't even maintain a lead. Probably guy die if I go nearby, it's fine. Oh, stupid boss went all the way over there. Dumb AI. It's really difficult for me to go and go over there because our stupid boss is so far away. Okay, this guy is pissing me off. Well, the good thing is we are winning. No, actually we lost. My god, exactly what are they doing? Okay, we wait for a different team. I can still afford to lose 2 more times with the 100 stones. I'll just take a quick look at the chat. F2P player, yes, you can catch up to top 100. There are definitely some F2P players. I think they are mainly in the top 90 to 100. Okay, it's a fresh group. Of course I use emulator. How else would you play an Android game on PC? Endgame just means the late game content that we have now, because we are 1 year and 4 months ahead of the BDM Global. Hi, Koka. How? Yeah, been a few days since my last stream because I was busy in real life, but at least I still try to churn out a video at least once a day. Gabriel, what do you mean by a different requirement to get boss gear and field drop rate gears to ancient grade? More CP, main character, more CP with Huntress. Of course, my main is not a Huntress, my main is Lan. So the top few Huntresses, right? This is a Huntress. This guy has higher CP than me. He's a Huntress, and this is a Huntress as well. 23.3k CP. Okay, no more Huntresses in the top 10. Two Huntresses in the top 10. Yes, one Ascension transfer, free Ascension ticket. The rest you can buy for silver. For Ranger, right, you have to play range lah. I mean, if between a same base class you have range and melee option, and there's so many other melee classes, right? I will always choose to go for the range. Hi Rich, I'm glad that the guides help. The pre-ordering part, right? For rare items, right? It really depends on how many people are actually trying to snatch the item with you. I don't think it's an issue to overbid, especially since rare items will last you very long. So no issues if you really have the silver to spare. My horse, okay, sure. So this is my horse, tier 8, or rather generation 8. This is the buff, the skill that you get for summoning the horse. Naturally, I get the 20% effect to the buff. This is an active dash. This is a constant dash. It constantly increases your speed. Then this is the one that gives you the immediate stop. Then this is the teleport skill that all generation 8 horses will have. And this is taking a bit long though. Best classes for group versus group. Depends on how big of a group you're talking about. If it's a big group like this Sun Battlefield, right, 50 versus 50, right, range characters will always stand to gain an advantage. So characters like Raven, Berserker, even witches. My CP now at 22.1k should be somewhere in the low top 100. So it still hurts when it still hurts a lot in this some battlefield, right, if I get focused on. But honestly, even the Ram 1 CP guy also said the same thing, where he said he's not able to tank as well. He only does his job by trying to take out as many people as possible using his melee class, which is a tamer. Okay, it's time for a very laggy period before it stabilizes. So just now earlier when I first started, it was like this too, and it stabilized to 20 FPS. Okay, is this archer crazy? Why did he go all the way to the enemy side? Well, the good thing is we are leading in terms of the boss. 5%. Ouch! I just saw the second Huntress in the top 2 in the opposing team. That's bad. He's probably gonna take out a lot of my team members here. But we are actually managing to pull the lead slightly further by 1%. But you do see that the kills are mostly them. Okay, nice. We are pulling the lead further. If you go too near to the boss, right, it's not the boss damage I'm afraid of, it's all these archers, all these huntresses on the other end. Oh, I'm gonna die. Okay, let's ignore them and go for the people that's attacking the boss now. Ouch. Okay, let's hope we maintain the lead. The initial boss lead, right, it doesn't mean much, right, if we don't use that lead, right, to translate into a much further hit count in terms of kills. dumb boss really likes to charge in front. He's charging in front again. So this is the strategy where after killing the opponent's boss and our boss is not dead, right? What we do is keep them away from our boss, keep fighting. Our boss is somewhere here, very near to me, but definitely not where the whole bunch of crowd is here. And you can't be too gung-ho in moving forward, because if you move forward alone without your teammates, you're just giving them the kill. Ouch. Okay, where's our boss? Okay, there's one there. There will always be some people who will try to dash straight for the boss. Those are the people that are easy kills, so to speak. Will we survive? No. Double-bladed character, the Land Awakening, that's going to be the only one. Because although Darkness has two swords floating around her, right, she doesn't really use two swords at the same time. That's just pure cosmetic. Okay, our boss has spawned. They are very close to spawning ours as well, actually. Our kill count was only slightly, very slightly ahead. Killed by my qubit. The second highest Huntress. The one that was 23.3k CP. Not in front. This stupid dumb auto attack, seriously. All my skills are not on cooldown and yet it chose to go all the way in front. We are not doing well. They are closing the lead. So we have to... Okay, I'm gonna go kill their bosses. They are the people that's around their boss. Or rather our boss. There's too many of them. Okay, we pull ahead by a little bit. Don't go in front. Oh, wait, that guy's already dead. Okay, very nice lead ahead. Well. Yes, we are winning. Almost there. I don't even need to move. Okay, time to catch up on the chat. Oh, but I need to change my skill setting first. Yep, 100 of this. Very nice. The moving forward, right, is actually the auto attack where she keeps moving in front to release her arrow. But I will definitely remove this for the evasion skill. So I don't need to keep switching tabs whenever I want to evade. Okay, again, we'll go with 100 since we have won. Okay, very nice. We caught the group that's about to start. I don't know whether the Awakening of Lan will be released on Taiwan same day as Korea, but the last time Meiwa Awakening, we actually got it on the same day. So I'm hoping that we get it too, this coming Tuesday. Which in both Taiwan and Korea, I have to say that they are still a minority. As a main character, they are still a minority. Sorry if I don't answer all the questions because I only have a bit of time to like do a sneak glance on the chat while trying to clear this mode. Where is the boss? Why did he go so far? Like this. So I know that is my guildmate who has pretty decent CP as well. Better take him out while we are focusing on the boss. Oops, getting focused on. My god. We are losing by a few percentage points. Okay, we caught up. Let's focus on the boss first before we get any kills. The opponent has a lot more kills than us, that's why they are able to catch up. And in fact, winning us on the boss. Okay, that's bad news because all of them is going to converge over here now. Because our boss just died. Okay, their boss is dead as well. Now it's time for a group PvP until either side gets 250. Oh my god, I see so many of my guild members on the other side. That's bad news. I'm gonna spread too thin. Yeah, the only people playing Witch now are all playing the Awakening, not this Ascension. Okay, wait. Our boss has spawned. Their boss has spawned. No, shit. It's their boss that spawned. But ours has spawned as well. The one for us to kill. Okay, wrong direction. Leading ever so slightly. Okay, looks like defending has been useful so far. We are leading by 11% now. For some reason the frame rate has dropped again. Yeah, why are all the bosses over there? That's bad for us. The lead that we are having is dropping. Kills wise, we're actually very even. Do you want to go for this? Ah, damn. The boss happened to move at this time. Yep. Okay, 10%. The lead is slowly dropping. Let me go to our board to opponent boss. To the opponent boss side. Instead of defending. Alright, we won. Okay. Actually, the 3-minute boss rush, right, is not a early implementation for you guys. In fact, we all three servers got it at the same time. Okay, today is good. We won 2 of the 100 again. Orange is really how should I put it? In our end game now, I usually just feed it to the Black Spirit. I don't even bother selling it. Okay, a lot of chat to catch up on. Yeah, pin gear you will only have it from boss gear. We don't have it for the. Actually, there is, but the material for it, right, is very hard to get. So I actually, for me playing so long, right, in my current state now, I'm able to craft 2 full sets of the pin gear, but I'm only able to craft 1 piece of the other type of the red equipment as a pink, just 1. So we're talking about 12 versus 1. That's how hard it is to get the materials for the other type of rig equipment. Hi, Buniminati. Yeah, the market system is terrible. It randomly goes between the pre-order and the manual bid. Hardum, right? If you're running out of potions, right, the only way is really just to go and farm the lightstone fragments. Or you can always choose to go with tier 1 of the Hardum instead of the tier 3. You get lesser XP and lesser drop rate, but at least you are still able to farm 24/7 without using macro or anything. Yes, T8 horse is actually quite hard. The failure rate is actually quite high. I can see whether or not I have enough of the high tier level 10-7 horses before I can start. I can try to see if I can do a few merging or synthesis of the tier 7 horses. I wouldn't say Huntress is better than Reaper in terms of farming. Both Ranger and Sorcerer is quite solid if you are looking for a MC to play before LAN. Both of them do quite alright, I would say, in terms of all the content. Raven might be slightly better at PvE though. Okay, time for the lag again. Every time the battle first starts, right, it's a FPS lag. Too many skills and people. Okay, let me focus on the game first. Who do I see? There's a high CP Huntress on the other side. At least the 22k. Wow, so many of them defending, and the 23k CP Huntress is here as well. Okay, if you're going to do it this way, I will have to attack the Huntresses, the characters here. Because I'm not going to be able to outdo that many number of Huntresses. So my option now is actually to defend. You can see, right, the boss HP difference is huge. At this early stage, it's very bad. I always get interrupted when I try to use my Black Spirit skill. Okay, at least we have closed the gap by killing the people attacking our boss. Well, the good thing is there's another high CP character on my team. That guy is a tamer if I'm not wrong. We can't close the gap further. In fact, it's getting further. We can't close it. We can't make it closer. But kills wise, we aren't actually lagging that much. Okay. That's terrible. Our boss died, no wonder. There's a freaking table that's chasing me. It's actually not even high CP, but I'm still dead. Because he's using that forward guard skill twice. Wow, the Q difference is... Okay, I'm about to give up here. It's way too big of a difference now. They can't even kill. We don't even have the boss dead yet. The CP difference is too high. Well, good thing I won two times of the 100 already. Plus the surplus that I had yesterday. We are at... let me think. I'm at 9x 100 of the normal dark crystals in terms of profit. So no problem to lose this 100. I can still afford to lose another 800. Of course, we don't want that for sure. There's too many Huntresses on their end. You need characters like Shai or Lan to dash to their backline to kill those Huntresses. Oh, no wonder the number 2 or number 3 CP guy is here as well on the opponent side. This is a lost cause. The gap is too big. So many freaking Huntresses here, you see? It's the reason why. And the 23k CP Huntress has the weapon. Why is it? I know why already. I need to attack the Huntresses. But Huntress versus Huntress is actually not a good choice. I see at least 10 Huntresses. I give up. I'll just let chat. It's better for me to catch up on chat. Yes, I'll definitely do a comparison slash review of Lan's New Awakening. Meanwhile, it's not popular, sadly. Still not yet lost yet. I think the first release of the Witch Awakening should be on par with whatever buffs that we have, because the global server already got the Raven buffs at the same time as Taiwan server, which was this week's patch. I just need to make sure that I'm still in the top 10. So I'm just gonna move here, do auto attack. Oh, okay. The torture has ended. Okay, we're gonna wait, and I'll catch up on chat in the meantime. Wait for another round. I don't want to be versus 10 Huntresses again. Okay, so since there are some questions about orange gear, right? Let's look at weapons. Yep, this is the price of orange gear in our server now. So the 2-slot Liberto is 228 million for sword. For the rest of them, it should be more or less the same. Oh, for Huntress is very low, 53 million. The 3-slot is 101 million. So I guess the price actually really depends on how many people are selling, but no one is actually going to buy some of these items for those prices. Okay. Wait, before that, I think I should join the battle. Oh, I don't have enough already. Oh, no choice. I can only gamble by 10. But I'm still on a surplus of 8. Yeah, so it's still good. Okay, so these are the price of orange armor gear that we have now. This is the 2-slot, 95 million. 3-slot is 151. 2-slot helm 73 million. 3-slot helm is 173 million. So I think you get the gist of how the prices are like. Okay, anyway, since I have 200 plus, I might as well buff it up now. 200 plus should be enough to get me to 100. Black Pearls in Korea server are, for example, in merchantry, right? If the vendor sells it, we can get 800 pearls at one time. Actually, what I mean about the boss rush, about us getting the timer as you guys, right, is that it wasn't that heavily used in our early state. That's what I'm trying to say. You can't really blast mirror in Hadum because it doesn't auto consume the holy water. I.e., right, the blast mirror will only continue until the holy water is fully consumed. It doesn't automatically maintain it or drink it. So then your blast mirror will stop. The reason why I switch over to defending is because we are losing. That's why I need to help us get the lead. Why the... Okay, because the boss rush over. Okay, see, so now that was effective. We have slightly uneven now, although the gap has widened again. The bosses are together. No wonder there are more Huntresses on their side. And it's quite sad that the game has progressed to this stage in some battlefield, where whichever side has more Huntresses actually gets to win. At least the gap this time is not as huge as previously. And I only put in 10 crystals for betting, so that's okay. Now they have swamped their bosses. Their boss now. Which is the correct strategy when you take down the opponent's boss earlier than your opponent. The next thing to do is crowd all around the opponent's boss so that your boss, so that the opponent cannot get it. So that is where the ranged characters come into play, because then you slowly take out and move the entire line back to where their boss is. Okay, not like that. Oh, I got a boss kill. That means I have the weapon. Actually no, looks like not. Looks like it still needs to be based on where physically touching the weapon. Oh no, I actually do have the weapon. If you look at the figure above my CP, I actually have it. Just that I don't know why the graphics is not there. See the difference of having the weapon? Okay, almost time for us to get the boss as well. Right, got it. The boss has spawned. But unfortunately it's very far. So let me do a bit of defending first. I think I've been at sub 5k HP for very long. Oh, someone is here. We are not winning this though. Okay, we have closed the gap ever so slightly. Yep, did. Okay. Oh, my guild member got the sword. Over spammed. Okay, we need to hit these scroll people that's hitting the boss. Actually no, end up I'm hitting the boss instead. But I can't go any further in front because that's too near to the front line already. This looks like I may be able to get 100 kills in this game. That's 5 more medals. Yes, that's the group of people I want to be attacking. Yep. Nice. 100. I'm kinda tempted to main Huntress, but since Land Awakening is going to be coming out soon, obviously I'm not gonna do that. Unfortunately, we are losing. The only thing I can do is really just to uh, defend and hope my team can catch up, but it's very unlikely. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna stop the Sun Battlefield for a while now. I need to catch on the chat. And we'll do a bit of World Boss. Okay. Actually, level 99 boss rush, the gold and silver it gives is still quite significant. This is the bag. Killing him gives you the material for crafting gloves. Both the red and ancient pink gloves. Okay, I actually need to do Hadum boss rush for the event. Okay, but before that, maybe I use Darkness for Ancient Ruin tablet first. It's the wrong setting. Yes, I'm Singaporean. Nah, it's okay. We are getting a lot of imported cases, mostly from people coming back from overseas. But I think it's fine. The new costume 10k medals, yeah, and it's not that much different from the costume that my Huntress was wearing just now. Okay, I let the Ancient Ruin auto run so I can catch up with chat. That's the whole reason why I changed to Darkness to do Ancient Ruin. Hi Hyper. Hi Repels. Top 10 player Q rank 1 CP. 1v1 is almost impossible, but in group yes. Typically, right, a difference of 500 CP is a fair fight, so to speak. But anything more than that, right, especially 1000 plus, right, it's really tough. 2000 plus is just a gone case. I mean, if for those people who don't have enough potions for Hardum mode, the holy water potion, they mostly farm the Elion maps, which is what the normal continent maps that you guys have now. Hi, Daram Pal. But my black pearls mostly is from Cashin. Because there was this, where did I get it from? I can't remember. There was this package where the amount of black pearls that you can get is quite good. Of course, it's RNG, but I was fairly lucky. I got like the top second and top third most. Consistently, I mean, yeah. Okay, I'm doing Ancient Ruin because I'm trying to get skill books for my Darkness. Okay, this is terrible, only 3. Login event, we also have the Black Pearl one. So 7 day give 150, 14 days give 300. $800 pearls using the resources, the campsite resources, such as these resources, other than the breaths. Recruitment in guild is still based on CP. Certain classes that I know, certain guilds that I know of who is very keen on Node Wars, right? They keep playing Node Wars. They give up their Node Wars position just to go and play other Node Wars, right? Those players, they do look for specific classes sometimes, but most of the time when hiring, people always look in terms of CP requirement. DK on Node War, I'll say average. There has been a lot of questions on the class ranking, all the different classes, right? So I'll do a video on that soon. At least after I try out the Awakening by changing all my Ascension to Awakening. The reason why is that the last time I played Awakening was quite some time back, all the different Awakening classes. So they actually did quite a bit of buff on the Awakening classes. So I want to give a fair assessment. So that's why I want to try it out first. So that's one of the reasons why I have actually changed my Shadow to Darkness. Oh, and I just realized, did I change to Boss? Oh, I did it. Ascension and Awakening skills is a full 100 1-to-1 transfer within the same class. Different classes you need to buy items to transfer them. 500 BP per skill for 12 skills is 6000 BP. But they will give you a one-time free event items. All the items required to do one complete class change, right? As an event when they first introduce the class change function. You won't go wrong with changing to Huntress, that's for sure. It's just whether or not it's a playstyle that you like or the character design, whether you like it. How many skill boosts do I have now? 10. That might be enough. Yeah, the open conquest. Or rather the banquet. Okay, I just need to get this to level 3 for the cooldown reduction. Already set these to auto. Yeah, I saw the Korean broadcasters using Raven as his main now. So he changed from Shy to one of the broadcasters. He changed from Shy to as Raven. Tamer is a good choice to main as well. Very nice PvE. There's a lot of people still using her as a main. Somebody joined the team. Okay. Yeah, I farm in sleep mode 24/7. Doctor is a job in demand right now. Yes, he is in demand. Yes, global will definitely follow most of the content we have in Taiwan and Korea. I would say almost all. Chicken soup applying in Tower of Trial, no. But anyway, Tower of Trial is something that applies based on account. So based on your family. So when you're using your main, right? If you drink it on your main, right, and you switch to an alternate character, when you play normal content in that alternate character, you will still get the bonus. Breaths of Creation / Life is not easy to get other than through farming. The best way to get for us now is actually through the Desert Survivor. One of the temple has this content where we go into farm. Yeah, sorry, I'm catching up my comments because I was focusing on the Sun Battlefield just now. It's only now where I'm doing this auto attacking that I can afford to read the comments. Ancient Ruin Tablet, my advice is to stockpile it if you already hit the cap. Cap in terms of the boss knowledge level for the Ancient Ruin boss. Still not enough. Amount of different materials for one required. Can show it here. You need 5 of these to get 1. You see here, this only gives you 7%. This is the yellow or golden one. This is the orange one. So 5 of the orange gives you 1 of these red. The rest of them are decreasingly smaller percentage. So take for example for this, right? So 67 and 12.92%, so about 40% from 6 of these stones mainly. These two doesn't make much of a difference. I mean, you guys are in BDM Global now. My recommendation is bite the bullet and create a new weapon. You can always transfer the enhancement, but you will lose the whatever weapon it is that you have now. So for example, if it's already one that is orange, you will lose your orange gear when you do the enhancement transfer. Okay, hopefully that was enough skill books. Okay, got it. Level 3. But this skill actually is level 4 for AoE increase. This also needs level 4 for CD reduction. Okay, probably going to do Path of Glory next. World Season Boss. Of course we have, if not how do we do all the ancient gear? So this is the world bosses that we have. I know you guys only have the weapon ones, which is these 3, Kazaka, Karanda, and Novo. But there will be Bag, there will be Red Nose, Enriched Red Nose, Enriched GF, and Enriched, I'm not sure whether you call it Muskan or Muskan. There's also the Hadum Kazaka and Hadum Red Nose. If you are changing your main, then don't change to DK, change to Tamer. Wait for it to be out. But if you are just starting a new class, right, then DK is good to try out. Orange gears that is from free event which cannot be used to craft red slots, 2 slots. Yeah, it may not be that good of a choice because it means that you need to transfer your enhancement in future. Whereas if the enhancement is already on the material that you're trying to craft, it will just be included when you craft the new item. The enhancement will carry over. It should be same as you guys. Once at 12 to 2 and another time at 8 to 10. That part should be the same. Yeah, you gotta refund the Blackstone for enhance if you are not doing the transfer of enhancement. If you want a character that really lasts in the end game, my suggestion is to change for Tamer. Will definitely last you a very long time. I mean DK can as well. Personally, I was also using DK all the way until I changed to LAN. But if you ask me, DK for sure is not as strong as at PvE and other content like Tamer. Raven is definitely stronger than Reaper in group versus group because of the fact that Raven has more range skills than Reaper. GVG range makes quite a bit of difference. Yeah, you can see from the some battlefield earlier. Yeah, Raven is fine. Raven actually, because of that recent buff now, she's really quite strong. There's a guy in my guild, high CP, but he's not really top in terms of like top 10. But he does very well with his Raven. We call him 杀人魔, which is, if I do a direct translation, is like murdering devil. So he's really good at getting kills in both the Black Sun and the Sun battlefield using his Raven. And that was before the buff. Or you can choose not to farm first until they reduce the cost of the Blackstone required. So yes, in future they will actually half the amount of Blackstones required for you guys to do enhancement. Especially they will half the Blackstone that is yellow. The yellow ones. They will half the amount required, i.e. the ones that you usually use for plus 30 to plus 40. They will half the cost in the future update. For us, they actually did it like an event first, and when the event ended, they made it a permanent thing. The only thing Huntress is weaker in, I would say, is Black Sun. In Black Sun mode, weaker Huntress is not that strong, because the moment someone gets off a range attack, you won't be able to chase them. Huntress, in return for her range, she pretty much does not have any mobility. Ultimate Leviathan for DK, then just use her as a alternate. Yes, Huntress can last you for a very long time. It is really just the Black Sun that's not strong. Musa. The thing about Musa, right, is that he's only average in PvE. In PvP, I'll say he requires more skill than other classes to play. You need to time your counter attack well. And the skill where he's invulnerable, when he jumps back and slash and he's invulnerable, you gotta time that well as well. But of course, if you like the Blade Master style, right, then I can see why he appeals to you lah. Or appeals to anyone who likes that kind of style. I can, but I can do do some better with other character besides Huntress, but they won't have as good as a result lah. I definitely won't be able to get 100 kills, for example. It's only in some battlefield that the range classes get such a huge advantage, because there's just too many people in the one map, in the one area. Melee classes just can't last. Whereas for the normal kind of guild war, not node wars or siege wars, right? Unless the opponent is very united and very organized, it's not so bad. I would say it's more skirmishes here and there rather than group battles. At least there are some skirmishes as opposed to some battlefield where it's really just one big group, two big groups to be exact, one on each boss. Giant Awakening is actually still quite alright, because technically speaking, he has both range and some melee attacks. Berserker is actually a good role to play in some battlefield against Huntresses. If the game advances to a stage where everyone is using their Huntresses, right, then Berserkers will be a good choice to counter that. Lan, Shai, Berserker, these are all good classes to counter that. Okay, I'm not gonna use it. Gonna die anyway. Oh, wow! Okay, I got another ancient. This is actually my third ancient. Shortly after the Reaper got it, right? I got it again using the my main character. Now I got it again, and it's 3x as well. Nice. Okay, before I do it, just to show my guild again, and I have it again. Okay. Grand Striker, no, he'll just melt. The only use for Grand Striker in some battlefield is to rush to the Huntress and drag the Huntress to where the boss is. That's about it. Okay, we can get 3.3k material for the enhancement from this. Basically, the pink alone gives 2666. Yeah. And I need all the materials I can get to buff this last tier, because it's really, the requirement is really high. So 8k gives me only about 14-15%. Yeah. Grand Striker is not a character you should main. Grand Striker is a character to have in your alternate as and when you feel like playing PvP, then you use him. That's my conclusion for that character. He is not good in GVG, he is only good in Arena. Specifically Arena. I don't even think he's good in Ramon's, honestly speaking. Okay, any specific class you guys want to see? Want me to play? Can play it for a while. Before I end the stream. Meiwa Awakening is actually not bad. She does not have mobility, but she does have a dash attack that has quite a far range. Yeah, for me, right, the pink one, right, it took me very, very long to get it as well. I only got my first one during the stream where I used Reaper to get it. And subsequently after that, I don't know why I got another 2 more. But before that, right, I couldn't get it at all. Musa, Shy, Mistake, Summoner, Tamer. Seems like Tamer is the most right now. Meiwa is close. You guys really like Tamer. Destroyer, sorry, I think I used the wrong term again. I'm talking about Destroyer just now when I mentioned Berserker. Yeah, because the Black Desert Online is that giant is called Berserker. That's the reason why there's always the confusion. I only have Meiwa Awakening. I don't have Meiwa Ascension. I don't have Destroyer as well. I have Titan. I will do a video in future on Titan changing to Destroyer because like I said, right, I want to try back all the Awakening classes. Uh, Hinalok is all RNG, honestly speaking. So take for example, right, I have someone in my guild who only cleared the rank 14 difficulty and only the first stage. She cleared the first stage and she failed at the second stage. And she still got it with 1 ticket only. So it is pure RNG. I have tried clearing the Path of Glory with full HP on my gate. It doesn't make a difference. Looks like Musa +5. Looks like Tamer and Meiwa has the most votes at the moment. I will do Meiwa because I think Meiwa has 1 or 2 more than Tamer. Oh, I think I can. This is the Hadum Tower of Trials. After clearing level 50, this is the materials that we get. This is materials required to make the stones for enhancement. This is the materials for crafting the equipment. Just in case I need to change the gear, I'm not going to send them to Tower of Trials yet. Oh, there's level for both of these. I need to go in get their level then. I'm not going to touch on Valkyrie again. I've already spoken quite a lot on that. So you can refer to the videos that I've done for that. So what do you all want to see on Meiwa? I wouldn't call them best class for the wars, honestly speaking. Yeah, she's pretty good for fishing. Okay, so this is the Meiwa dash. It's quite decent actually if you look at it in terms of the distance it covers. This is the dash attack. And we turn off the auto attack first. So the concept for Meiwa in Black Sun, right, is to use the dash followed by the oh, sorry, crashed. Okay, hang on. Oh no, I pressed the wrong hotkey, that's all. I thought it crashed. Okay, let me see somewhere where there's no mobs. So the distance that she can cover actually is quite decent. But once you do this and you miss your opponent, right, you don't have the mobility to chase. Unless your opponent made some mistake in getting stuck in a turn or something like that. So now next let's go for the look on the PvP, sorry, PvE. So range wise, I would say Meiwa Awakening is medium. Damage wise is decent, I guess, because her CP is quite low for this map. 17,500. Wait, just double check. Yeah, it's about there. Meiwa was after Striker. Striker was actually fairly early. It's like the next class after Musa and Tamer. Fishing not that important, honestly speaking. I only fish when there is a server maintenance and I use the Black Spirit mode to fish. I don't do it manually. So that's why my paladin is the fisher lady or fisherman, because I just leave her at that bridge where I can fish. Yes, she has a free skill which is really strong in arena. When Meiwa Awakening was first out, right, there were a lot of videos where there's this 4-hit combo that she does that is really strong. I personally like the multi-jab skill that she has. Yeah, this is the one. This is the freeze. But in terms of like she has range, but I would say she doesn't have like 360 AoE effect like Tamer for sure. Hi Equinix or EQNX, not sure how I should pronounce it. Okay, so let's just go into Hadum, right, where there are non-stop respawn of mobs, right, so you can see clearer her PvE. I have a friend who's playing the Witch on Ascension in Black Desert Global. He's also quite sad about the character per se. Yeah. So PvE wise, Meiwa actually is quite alright. You look at this. I found a chance to do a arena video for her. I played Shadow, or rather I played Dark Knight. Then for us we got Awakening first, so I played Dark Knight, Darkness, and then when Shadow was out I played Shadow. Then I changed to Lun. Okay, I think I actually need to do the Hadum boss mode. Yep, I have 18 more rounds to go. Witch Awakening. Yeah, I will be changing my Witch from Ascension to Awakening as well. Essentially, the classes that I can change without spending 6k black pearl, I will change. Those that I have to, I'll find a chance to delete them and do like a brand new one. Okay, so let me just go and do the Hadum boss rush. This is already on high difficulty. This takes very long. All of this takes quite a bit of time. Make Koinzell play Valkyrie. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. Oh, Patrick. Thanks. Appreciate that. The uploads, and the streams are helping you. Hi, Rosario Indra. Be wise to sell Blackstone in the market even if the gears aren't met. Okay, here's the thing, right? Blackstones is definitely worth a lot of silver for you guys now. It's not a bad idea to sell them, but sacrificing your CP slow growth is something that you need to balance. Because take for example, right, if getting that amount of silver limits your CP in the sense of perhaps getting into a guild that you want to go to or doing certain maps, right, then it's not worth it to sell it. Actually, speed hackers, they do ban speed hackers on our server. I can't remember whether it's monthly or quarterly. Yes, Sushi Stone is in global. Critical Enhancement Stone. Yeah, something like that. But what you guys have is the red one. And I think you don't have the Awakening yet also. Together with the Roman numeral enhancement. But of course, there is a balance in terms of like the Blackstone. So take for example, right? If you only sell your Blackstones when almost everyone has it at plus 40, then you're not going to gain much profit per se. If you're willing to wait until the point where Blackstones become much cheaper, because everyone has their gear at plus 40, then yes, there is some benefit or profit to be gained from that. But don't forget that the market takes away 30% of whatever you're selling. So in order for you to make a profit, right, you need to make a profit margin of more than 30%. This is not easy. And you suffer a lot on your CP growth for that amount of silver. You have to calculate the profit margin after that 30%. At least a estimate of it. Hi, Shenzu's. Node manager, I didn't understand. I didn't make any video on node manager, I think. Because we don't have node manager now in Taiwan, we only have the merchant tree. Merchant tree will replace the node manager. Yes, plus 40 is the max, after which you have the Roman numeral system. You have to balance your profit margin, like what I said. You need to go and calculate based on how much you sell now, the amount of silver you get, minus 30%, and how much the price will eventually drop to. I can give you an indication. Much later into the game. This is the cost of the Blackstone. Oh, recently it has actually increased. Previously this was at 400k and this was at 200 plus to 300k. I think it increased recently because there was a patch that increased the resonance effect of the Roman numeral. Previously it was at this number 22, the number 22 resonance. So they released this new one. So I think the wheels, right, spending money, spending silver to buy stones to actually try to get the Roman numeral 8. So once you have plus 40, right, the next thing to do, right, is that they will let you do this new system where you can enhance it. So I can show you guys. Do I have a plus 14 gear somewhere here? No. Okay, I just show the Roman numeral and you guys can get a sense of it. Stones. So this is the new enhancement system. The one that you guys have right now is this, where you can pump it up to plus 40. The Roman numerals is this, where you can do this. So you can see, right? It drops to plus 40, but that's the lowest it will go. You will then go up again. That is how the enhancement system works. And it just dropped to 2. Well, that's fine. There's a spare anyway. My node is level 100. Okay, it's not my node, it's my merchant tree. Merchant tree level is 100. The benefit of merchant tree level being 100 is that it increases the amount of maximum food you can bring into the merchant tree. Yeah, Hadou mode has no junk. That's why you can farm 24/7 in it, because it doesn't make you overweight. Plus 40 is always a good point to get your enhancement level 2, because if you watch my gear progression videos, right, that never gets replaced or dropped. That always gets transferred fully from mystical to red to pink. Yeah, there will be a few nightmare zones. I think 3 in total, excluding the Hadun one. After first server, how many months they added new server? Wow, I honestly don't remember such a detail. It's not something I pay attention to. How many servers do you guys have now? Oh, I think it's no longer doing the increase in difficulty. I gotta manually do it already. Yeah. It should be quite soon if you guys have not gotten a single server from launch till now. For us, right, they gradually increased the number of servers up to 12 before they did a merge into 2. My guess on what will come next in global is 3 slot mystical. No, Nightmare mode is not as good as Hadum. Hadum will supersede Nightmare mode until you get Hadum Nightmare mode, which will then be better than the normal Hadum mode. But the Hadum Nightmare mode is just, you gotta stand the risk of getting killed, that's all. For you guys now, like now the high CP characters, the minimum damage that they can receive should not be as high as ours now, so that they can definitely farm very comfortably in Nightmare mode. But of course, for my guild, majority of them are farming in Hadou Nightmare mode as well. Yesterday we had some guild war in the Hadou mode, Hadou Nightmare mode. That's why I didn't farm Hadou Nightmare overnight yesterday. Main thing is that Hadou Nightmare has the quest, the repeatable quest. That's the good thing. Even for normal Nightmare, there's the repeatable quest as well. Combat Plus is real money. Actually, every now and then, right, the events will give the Combat Plus. They will give some Combat Plus every now and then. So you can save your boss rush to when you get those, then you can do them one at one shot. That is typically how the F2P players do it in my server. Maximum number from Roman numeral enhancement is 10, but it's next to impossible. The highest I've seen so far is 8. On Korean server, they have full 8. On our server, the highest is 8. 3 out of the 6. That's the number 1 guy, number 1 CP guy. Myself, I only have 1 8 also. The Indra, the stones, right? Put it this way, the crit 50% and AP, right, should help a lot more in farming. And the difference, right, in terms of the killing efficiency, the farming efficiency, should make up for the 5%. It'll be better actually, I think. For us, right, I remember we got the 3 slot first before the awakening. Sun Temple, yeah, you guys should get some temple, but probably not so soon. Some temple is usually given when the market's price for silver, those that require silver, right, it's not that high, and the devs are looking for doing like the silver dump, right, to reduce the total number of silver, so as not for it to inflate too much, right. Then they will introduce the Sun Temple to you guys as an event. They should, right? I think that they should add new servers each region. Progressively though. You should definitely get your gear enhanced first before your Blessed Spirit. Even if Blessed Spirit is important, you should spend cash on it, right? But the minimum is to get your gear to plus 40. Your wallet can get you to plus 40 real fast. Yep, that is true. Black Spirit is good for investment, but you definitely need your gear first. Because plus 40, right, like I mentioned, right, it carries forward. But what I meant was don't spend so much on getting your gear as opposed to getting the plus 40 and the Black Spirit. But orange is the minimum because orange is the one where you can do 100% transfer. I have 35% crit chance and 215% critical damage. Yeah, why? That's the max value. Actually, in one of the stream, I already mentioned how much I spent, right? This is LAN. Rates in my server is sold at 2.9 billion for weapon. Basically the max price. But there may be people doing overselling in order to get the item, I think. Okay, is this faster? Yep, like this. 2.9 billion for weapon. You don't need to focus on upgrading your alternate character. In terms of like upgrading gear, enhancing gear. If I were you guys, after I hit plus 40, I will actually save them for Roman numeral. But since Roman numeral is not out, right, you can afford to sell a few of them since the price is really high for you guys in terms of silver. Actually, what's the highest Black Spirit level in BDM Global now? I'm curious. So the thing about black pearls and white pearls, right? In future, right, you guys would be getting event shops, right? that has a lot of value for the amount of pearls that they give. So those are really good to spend your pearls on. But for those, right, typically they happen for big holidays or anniversary events. So by big holidays I mean like Christmas, New Year's, and events would be like your first year anniversary, which is still 9 months away. $175. That's not bad. That's actually very high, in fact, for the content that you guys have now. Because the moment they come out with the basically that guy has everything covered lah. All new content he will definitely be able to play. Black Spirit 160. Okay. I may choose to play Shy or Meiwa Awakening if I don't need to worry about like rerolling gears or that. Just to play for fun. Okay, I think I already finished the event. Yep. Because I think you guys may not have seen the Taiwan Passionals video that I did, right? We actually have a very good event now where we can get full set of Abyssal gear and full set of Abyss accessory. This is the event that I'm doing now, doing all the boss rush. I already have enough to change the full set of Abyssal gear. But I'll probably do it when I have a lot more to one shot change everything. I'm not playing global server because I really don't feel like starting all over. 13k black pearl to get 3 orange accessories. Honestly, I don't think it's worth it. Because when it comes to a time where everyone is doing the orange accessory enhancement, right? When most people are getting the +6, there will be so many events that give you the orange accessories that you will start to feel like you wasted all those black pearls. Yes, Reaper is better than Shadow. Trust me, the moment they introduce the content for accessories in terms of like enhancing, right? They will definitely give you guys more events with the orange accessories. Okay, guys, I will be ending the stream basically pretty much now. Unless you guys want to see a bit on the banquet. I actually already missed 1 hour. Red accessories is still far. You need to reach the state where Plus 6 orange accessories is common amongst people who spend a little, not wheels, but people who do spend an average amount, so to speak. When those people get plus 6 accessories, right, orange accessories, right, then you might get mystical red accessories then. Richard, the thing about Black Desert Mobile, right, is that the content, right, as they move, right, whatever you spend at a higher price will always be dropping to a lower price. That's just the way the game is. So that's why when sometimes when you guys ask me like whether or not it's worth it to spend, right, I always tell you that it's too expensive. I think if you look at the patch notes that I have done, I have shown that some of the items are worth buying, so you guys can refer to that. Great accessories on Banquet. We get the materials to craft them. You will get more and more events giving you free orange accessories, for sure. That I can say confidently. And you will also be getting events that give you more orange gear that can be used for crafting the 3 slot. For you guys, right, content is actually getting very, very fast. As in, you are getting the content much faster than the rate that we are getting, or the rate that we got it previously. So that's one factor to think about before spending. On the other hand, for red accessories, right, it is worth it because even now for us, right, red accessories is not cheap also. Not cheap in terms of the cost that you get from the cash shop. Nevertheless, they definitely increase the amount that we can get, but it's not by much. That's why in my videos I always say, spend on your abyssal. Spend on getting an abyssal. For us, right, banquet mods actually adjust. So you see mine, right, it doesn't die in one hit. I remember that it's actually based on the highest CP character in your guild. Guild content. What kind of guild content do you want to see? The problem, right, is that no one is challenging us in Siege War. No one wants to challenge us in Siege Wars. Branch is L for sure. 8 to 12 months, no, you won't be able to get there. So I think they already gave the roadmap of the 2020 roadmap, right? So basically, you guys will, my guess is that you will get the red gear for sure, but you may not get pink gear yet. Oops, didn't touch the screen for quite some time. Okay, guys, I have to end the stream here. Orange accessories. Normal mod drop. Actually, I don't quite remember that. I don't have the. I can't access the world map to check now. Okay. Everyone, bye. See you guys next stream. I'll probably be streaming tomorrow night as well for the Black Sun mode. Okay, bye. See you guys tomorrow in the stream tomorrow. Bye. Okay, thanks Richard. I saw your message. Hope you have a great week too.